Hey yo, what is up everybody? It's B Militant. Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host here on the Redskins review. You guys, first things first, last couple of videos I had to come up here and bring up the name situation. And I saw some other somewhat bad news about this changing of the name situation. Now, I saw an interview or something somewhere with Jason Wright where he said that they were thinking about the name Washington Warriors, and then he found out that there was a Native American tribe that said that was a no-go, and they told him no, that you don't use that name because it's too close to our previous name and this and that. And this was straight out of his Jason Wright's mouth. So someone contacted him and told him the Washington Warriors are too close to our last name and the ideas surrounding our last name, so they scratched Warriors off the list of names. Now, to me what that means, everyone here, like myself, what we want, and I feel like what a lot of people want, I can't speak about everybody, but I feel like clearly the front running name is Washington RedWolves. That's what people want. Now, did you hear what I just said about? Warriors being too close to Redskins, being close to the idea of our last name? Don't you think RedWolves, anything to do with a wolf, is that not also very close to Indians and that portrayal of what Indians are, or Redskins or whatever? To me, that's bad news, because that means we're not getting RedWolves. If Washington Warriors is too close to Indians and the perception of Indians and whatever, how many wolves are a close part of the Indian image and stuff like that too. So guess what? RedWolves is out. It sucks to say, but I see zero chance now of it being RedWolves. And if you saw the other names on the list of stuff that they were talking about, that's a bunch of garbage names. At this point, I have a really good feeling. I have a feeling. It's not a good feeling, but it's a bad feeling. But I think we're gonna stick with Washington. We're gonna be the Washington football team. I think that's what it's gonna be. I mean, because some of the other names, the Washington Armada, like there's just stupid ass shit in there, and everyone, like I said, I keep saying everyone, but I'm saying that because on social media, when you go on Twitter, Facebook, whatever, there's tons of people posting logos for RedWolves and RedWolves and stuff like that. So I'm just saying that because I feel like, including myself, I wanted the name to be RedWolves, just because a wolf is a badass logo. What I don't want is a shit name with no logo that you can like get behind or this or that. But I have a feeling it's going to stay the Washington football team, because whether we like it or not, really, the past year or so, even though people started off making fun of us, oh, your team has no name and all this or that, we didn't play too poorly. I mean, we luckily got into the playoffs and all that, but our team is looking up. We have Ron Rivera now, so I think what they're going to try to do is say, hey, look, when we turned our name to Washington football team, things are looking up, things are positive, so they're going to just try to keep it as that. I think, unfortunately, we're not going to have a logo. We're not going to have a team name. We're not going to have like some badass wolf as our aggressive logo of a wolf as our logo. It's not going to happen. I don't see it happening. And that's pretty unfortunate, because that's what I was banking on, was RedWolves, or just anything to do with the wolf, or like any badass logo. But all the other things like Washington Commanders, Washington Armada, like what type of bullshit logo could you make for that? Like, we already know if you make a wolf, you can, but I doubt that you're gonna make a shitty looking wolf logo. You know what I mean? Like it's probably gonna be an aggressive badass logo. That's what we wanted. So yet again, another reason why I didn't make a video right after the Ravens Washington game was, one, because there's not too many takeaways. We started I was hoping that we were gonna start some of our starters, at least on the offensive side. At least our offense has scored zero. Our starting offense scored 0 touchdowns in preseason. Now there's only 3, not 4 games like before, but some games it doesn't really matter. It kind of evens out. There's still games in a regular preseason that the starting offense doesn't even play. So to me, I wanted to at least see. I wanted to at least see. I think my mic is kind of. Sorry, let me turn this down some. It looks like my mic is just going crazy. So let me turn that down a bit. All right. hopefully that wasn't too bad there at the beginning. So first of all, hats off to the Ravens. They whooped their ass, but they played their starters. When we first came out, I was like, "What? This is like our third string. This is not even like second string dudes out there. That's like third string to start the game." And we started our third and fourth string quarterbacks. So I was a little disappointed. I wanted to at least be a little bit, and it was at our home field. I wanted to at least have a little bit of a game. Now, that being said, the Ravens starting offense scored 0 points versus our third string defense, but also they did have a missed field goal, which, Justin Tucker would have probably made. So they probably scored 3 points versus our third string defense. But then after that, is it Tyler or Taylor Huntley or whatever? That guy lit us up, dude. That guy had a field day on us. Credit to that guy. But see, another thing about the game, you saw what happened to us, and you saw what Huntley did to us, how he would sometimes stand in the pocket and throw the ball, which he was not super accurate, by the way. Do you know how many times, like, just remember in the game, how many times do you see him overthrow people? But he didn't throw any interceptions, but he still overthrew people a lot. But what did he do? He used his legs and moved the pocket outside. Guess what? Guess what that reminds me of? We have a guy like that can do that here. Taylor Heinicke. We got a guy that can do that too. And you saw what, even though it's versus our guys that probably aren't going to make this football team, but you saw how effective it was. You saw how, 37-3? And that guy played the whole game? I mean, come on, man. We have a guy. That's my point. We have a guy here now. We have a guy here now that can do that right now. And going back, that's why I want to see our starting offense do something. They scored 0 touchdowns or whatever. I'm not like going to go crazy over that stat, but still, you would think that you would want to see them do something. And then also, not too much about the game to bring up. Kyle Allen didn't look that great. I still have a lot of faith in Kyle Allen, though. Do I want Kyle Allen to be the starter over Taylor Heinicke? No. But if Kyle Allen was here and we didn't have Taylor Heinicke, and if game 1 they come out and like, hey, Kyle Allen's going to start over Fitzpatrick, I wouldn't be that upset. I'm sure there would be a lot of other people that would be upset. I would be like, okay, I understand. I get it. I've seen Kyle Allen. He knows the playbook. He knows. I've seen him do it. He's somewhat mobile. But he's got the same knock as Taylor Heinicke. They both got hurt. Taylor Heinicke still played, but still, that's their thing, is they are mobile, but they do get hurt at points. So I wouldn't have been too upset if week 1 they were like, hey, someone else is a starter. Like, whatever, to me, that there's 3 guys and there's not really one clear-cut winner except for, in my opinion, Taylor Heinicke. I think the kid wants to prove himself, and he's already got the momentum too. So yeah, Kyle Allen didn't play very well. Nobody really played very well. Peyton Barber didn't play very well either. Not saying that he had anywhere to run the ball, but guess what? He got cut, and that's another reason why I waited to make this video, because now we know who got cut and whatnot. And there wasn't besides Peyton Barber, I don't know why people love Cam Sims, and I thought he had enough chances, but Cam Sims made the roster and AGG didn't. That's a little bit of a head scratcher to me, just because, like I said, we all know Cam Sims has the ability to make crazy, plays. I know he's got the talent, but he's had, in my opinion, enough shots to prove and do something in a real game. And I feel like the amount of time he's had to do something versus the plays that he's made, I feel like we've given him too much time. So that's another head scratcher. That's the only one and only real head scratcher that. But we also let Jimmy Moreland go. Now we could always maybe try to sneak these people on the practice squad or something like that. But I think someone's gonna like Jimmy Moreland. I think someone's gonna snag him up, and if we can't get him on the practice squad, I don't know. That's the next thing. We gotta see what happens with all that stuff. But there wasn't, even in the cuts, everything was kind of seeing this all coming. So yet again, not really too much to talk about there. Just looking forward to the first regular season game. It's gonna be like, how easy is it to just sit here and picture and envision our first regular season game? Our team can't score any points and they start real slow. Like, I can just see that so easily happening. And then that goes back to preseason. Our starting offense never looked great, never looked good. They moved the ball a couple times, but it was not good looking. And that's what we've always been saying. Hey, if we have this defense and then our offense picks up and our offense can try to match our defense, then we're in luck, then we're good. But I haven't seen it yet, so we're sitting here with a big question mark on offense. But yeah, just going back to the Ravens game yet again, we all know J.K. Dobbins tore his ACL or whatever, is out for the season. So even though I did want to see some of our starters play or whatever, with that first drive the Ravens had, I was like, whoop. Now I'm glad we didn't start nobody. Now there's, like I said, I still would have liked to see, maybe not the defense, but at least start our starting offense for like one drive. I don't know. But that's what the Ravens did, and they might be doubting themselves now. I don't know. But that's pretty much all I got, man. Even in the cuts, there wasn't anything really big in the cuts that happened besides Jimmy Moreland and Peyton Barber. I thought they were going to keep Peyton Barber, but I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. We'll see. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Nothing really too notable, too much of note to even bring up. I'm just going to keep this one short and sweet. So I'll see you guys when there's more news to talk about or in the first game. So I'll see you guys then. Peace.